Oklahoma's economy is improving, jobless rates are dropping, and more people are finding work. But that is not good news for everyone. For the long-term unemployed, it means they're losing one of their economic lifelines.
Emergency Unemployment Compensation, or EUC, is a federal program designed to supplement similar programs run by the states.
What it provides is benefits beyond the 26 weeks of regular state benefits that someone can qualify for. Once you finish those state benefits, then you can move on to the EUC benefits.
Oklahoma Employment Security Commission spokesman John Carpenter says the unemployed can receive an additional 20 weeks of Tier 1 benefits and 14 additional weeks under Tier 2. But because of a trigger built into the program, Oklahomans will no longer be able to file claims for Tier 3 benefits. To qualify, states must have a 3-month average unemployment rate of 6% or higher, and Oklahoma's jobless rate has fallen below that.
Really, the aim of it is to eventually phase them out, and they're trying to do that in a way that impacts or adversely impacts as few people as possible. And unfortunately, it's just not always easy with dealing with this many people on these kind of benefits to make sure that everybody comes through it in the best way possible.
Russell Evans, executive director of the Economic Research and Policy Institute at Oklahoma City University, says reaching the trigger shows Oklahoma's economy is moving in the right direction.
Unemployment rates continue to fall. Our labor market continues to strengthen. Again, statewide, our labor force participation levels are about where they were previous to the recession. And so people are returning to the labor force looking for work and finding work.
But many still haven't landed a job and rely on the extended benefits to pay the bills.
For those who are moving from one stage of benefits to another and are going to miss out on extended benefits, it's obviously a challenge. No matter how many weeks of unemployment benefits you've received, the first week you go without certainly comes as a bit of an abrupt shock, and is going to be a challenge for some Oklahoma families.
William Brown is among those still looking for work. He left the military last year after a tour of duty in Afghanistan, and the job search has been anything but easy.
I just came off of the normal 6 months. Right now I'm out of my first semester of school. I'm currently looking for a job, and I'm going on to Tier 1 is what they told me, the Tier 1. Hopefully I won't have to use that for very long.
Brown says the weekly unemployment checks have made a big difference.
Boy, they have been a lifesaver. When you transition out of the military and getting back into the civilian side of things and how civilian day-to-day things work, and going to school and getting back into the books and things like that, it's just really been helpful to be able to take care of those basic bills until you're able to figure out exactly what you do want to do career-wise.
Brown is confident he'll find a job soon and won't need the Tier 2 benefits. That's good, because those are also coming to an end.
When the legislation that extended EUC through 2012 was passed back in December, there were some adjustments to the program that were worked in that would kind of be phased in gradually over the year. One of those is tying the Tier 2 benefits to a trigger unemployment rate like the Tier 3 benefits were tied.
On June 3rd, the trigger for Tier 2 benefits will be set at 6% and 7% for Tier 3. It's not the first time the benefits have ended. EUC Tier 3 was suspended last July but was reinstated in January when the 3-month average unemployment rate rose above 6% again.
We typically expect, as you move out of a recession to see, and into recovery, to see unemployment rates actually rise and not fall, because you expect people to return to the labor force. When they come back to the labor force, they're originally counted as unemployed, and so that ticks the unemployment rate up even as the economy tends to improve.
Evans doesn't expect the statewide jobless rate to increase enough to meet the criteria again, although some rural areas are still suffering high levels of unemployment.
Particularly in southeastern Oklahoma, some persistent poverty counties where you just have a very unstable economy that is highly volatile relative to economic conditions, and those unemployment rates tend to stay elevated, and when the economy moves into recession, they tend to sort of further aggravate.
That means thousands of Oklahomans are still feeling the effects of the recession, even as their safety net has developed an additional hole.